I went into the library today and I asked the person working there, where was the folklore section? And she looked at me rather confused and said, folklore? I don't know what that is. And I then was a bit stumped because I thought, ooh, how do you explain what is folklore? Well, let's start with the etymology of the word folklore, which is the combination of two words, the word folk and the word lore. And apparently this particular word, folklore, originates from 1846. Folk refers to a community of people, and lore comes from the Old English word lar, meaning learning or knowledge. So where did folklore become a myth or a legend? One of the things I did discover is that folklore also includes the traditional recipes such as the Cornish pasty, urban legends, proverbs, superstitions, maybe a dance such as a floral dance, which many people come along and watch, and balladry, the songs of our forefathers, and folk tales. And some of these have been worked upon and they've been made into fairy tales. And they can be quite interesting to consider. And what you'll find is that each culture or nation has its own great folk tales. And some of them will have a meaning behind them or a sense of what the culture or the folk should be learning from the tale that is being told. Can you think of any folk tales that you're aware of for your region? And why might it have been created to help you? One of the things that we were talking about in one of the book groups that I have, I've got a book club called the Cauldron of Curiosities book club. And we were talking about how Terry Pratchett used the tale of Jenny Greenteeth to open up this idea of how fairyland was leaching into the world, the Discworld, when Tiffany Aching came across her in the stream. And Jenny Greenteeth is a northern legend. She is aligned with a water sprite, and in some cases the spirit that lives in the river was actually a goddess from old times, and you wonder why people were telling you to stay away from them. Now, one of my suppositions is that we were told to stay away from a river because of the damage that people had done. Looking at the areas where there is a Jenny Greenteeth or similar that's telling you to stay away from the water, they had a higher industrial level in those areas where they were polluting the waters, or they were putting things in the water such as mills, which were changing the water flow, which may well have caused it to be a dangerous place. So for a variety of reasons, there is a concept that the spirit of the water would be dangerous to the children, or were people worried about the children falling in because they couldn't swim? And any thoughts on that, I would be interested to know. And I look forward to having a chat with you along the terms of folklore, because I believe that the curiosity rabbit hole that I'm about to explore for the next month or two with you on the podcast will relate to the knowledge of the community, otherwise known as folklore.